I feel like my relationship is falling apart because my boyfriend prioritizes his female best friend. I'm a 26-year-old woman, and I've been dating my boyfriend, Daniel, for almost 2 years. We moved in together 8 months ago, and for the most part, it felt like we were finally stepping into that adult, stable, healthy relationship phase everyone talks about. Or at least I thought so. The part I always struggled with, quietly at first, was his best friend, Lena. They've known each other since high school. She was the cool artsy girl, he was the quiet smart guy, and together they became each other's comfort zone at a time when neither of them had many close friends. I get it. I don't want to be the jealous girlfriend who can't handle the fact that her boyfriend has female friends. That's not who I am. I've always believed men and women can be friends, close friends even, without anything romantic happening. But the dynamic they have, it's complicated. It started small. Lena would call him in the evenings just to talk about her day, and Daniel would step out onto the balcony for an hour while I cooked dinner. At first, I thought it was sweet. He was being supportive, she was going through a rough breakup, and he was just being a good friend. But the calls didn't stop after the breakup ended. They didn't even slow down. She started texting him constantly, not in a flirtatious way, just constantly. Memes, voice notes, photos of her coffee, rants about her coworkers. She once sent him a 6-minute voice message complaining about a neighbor's dog. A neighbor's dog. I asked him once, jokingly, "Do you two ever run out of things to talk about?" He just smiled and said, "That's the thing. We never do." And for a reason I couldn't fully articulate, that sentence stuck with me in the worst way. The first real problem. 3 months after moving in, Daniel and I planned a small weekend trip to a lake. Something cozy and quiet. Just us. I even booked a cabin. But the night before we were supposed to leave, Lena had some emotional meltdown because she found out her ex was dating someone new. She called Daniel crying, and I could hear everything through the bedroom door. He turned to me and said, "I can't leave her like this. She needs someone right now." And he meant instead of going on our trip. I remember sitting on the edge of the bed, feeling like someone had dropped cold water down my spine. He saw my face and said, "It's just one trip. We can reschedule." He left. He spent half the night at her apartment. The next morning, he came back with coffee and pastries like everything was normal. We never took that trip. I felt something shift in me after that, like a crack formed, small but sharp. The argument started. Nothing dramatic, just little things that kept piling up. I told him I felt like he gave her too much emotional energy, and instead of hearing me, he defended her. "She doesn't have many people. She's sensitive. She trusts me. It's not a big deal." He kept saying it wasn't like that, and I wanted to believe him, truly. But how do you explain to the person you love that you're starting to feel like the third wheel in your own relationship? It escalated when she called during our anniversary dinner. We were out celebrating our 1-year anniversary at a nice restaurant. Candlelight, wine, all that romantic atmosphere. His phone buzzed. He checked it, smiled, then said, "Give me 1 minute. It's Lena." And he actually got up and walked outside to call her back. On our anniversary dinner. I stared at the empty seat across from me and felt humiliated. Not jealous, not angry, just small. When he came back, he acted like nothing was wrong. "Sorry, she had a rough day again." I didn't even know what to say. The turning point. The moment that finally broke something in me happened last week. Lena invited Daniel to help her pick out furniture for her new place. He said yes immediately. I asked, "Do you really need to spend 6 hours furniture shopping with her? Can't she ask someone else?" His answer made my stomach drop. "She prefers doing these things with me. I help her feel grounded." Grounded. That word stung, because I was the one he came home to. I was the one building a future with him. Yet somehow she was the one he made space for emotionally. I asked him as calmly as I could, what about me? Do you realize how you make me feel when you keep choosing her? He sighed and said, I wish you weren't so insecure about this. That hurt more than anything Lena ever did. Now I'm questioning everything. I don't think he's cheating. I don't think he's secretly in love with her. I think, in a twisted way, he doesn't even realize how deeply he's neglecting me. But his relationship with her takes up so much of his emotional bandwidth that I feel like I get whatever scraps are left over. And the worst part, when I imagine the future, I realize I'm starting to fear something. I'm scared I'll always be second place in my own relationship. I love him. I really do. But I'm starting to wonder if love is enough when your boyfriend's number one person isn't you. And never